At the beginning, SEO was basically our religion, and by now it's probably AI search. So I'm at OMR Reviews, and here I'm VP Marketing. That means I'm leading the marketing team for software vendors. So as you probably know, we are a software research marketplace where software seekers find software vendors. And my job, the job of my team, is basically to market the marketing solutions that we have for software vendors. I was first marketing employee for OMR Reviews, where this project was still a baby. I think I was employee number 6, 7, something like that. And by that time, I was the only one responsible for marketing. And by that, we meant everything concerning marketing: content creation, traffic generation, review generation. So we are a review platform. That means we also focus on getting a lot of reviews on our platform. And after a while, we focus on my team on the vendor side. So how do we do all the crazy cool things that we do for our software vendors? How can we market them externally? And that's what my team is doing. Okay. We are approximately 7 people in the team, and the functions are marketing operations, product marketing, content, brand, and design. Whoa, so I think at the beginning the secret sauce was not so secret. It was really a super tight focus on search engine optimization. Okay. For software vendors, as you probably know, SEO has long been the marketing channel per se, right? So everyone was focusing on generating a lot of content. And our focus was basically being present in the mid-funnel. So being present when you search for best software comparisons, A versus B, and so on and so forth, because people that are seeking software in those mid-funnel queries, they want neutral platforms to give them guidance. They don't want to see the vendor content alone, but they also want to check on external platforms that come with a little bit of trust. I think by not looking at the traffic numbers, because I mean, the traffic numbers all over the place went down, and also for us, that's not a big secret. However, also the buyer behavior in that time changed. So by now, people do Google less. They start their journey in ChatGPT, they start their journey in Claude, and so on and so forth. I think there's data from the US that already 51% of software buyers start their research in AI. And you have to be ready for that. And the good thing is, because we did our homework, because we did good work in SEO, we are also very well equipped on being on the forefront of that AI visibility game. And as of now, our pages do also rank very well in AI systems. At the beginning, the most important was understanding everything and trying to be on top of the market. So engaging in conversations, engaging online, and trying to figure out, okay, how is that new thing working? How are the systems working? And then trying to adapt to that, right? And then that was the first internal challenge. The second internal challenge, when then bringing those insights, bringing this to the team and educating the team. Okay, this is what's happening right now. And this is what the software vendors are probably going to ask you soon. And the last thing is then bringing this outside. And we did a lot of stuff there. We tried to engage in thought leadership. We were super active in LinkedIn in that time. We hosted webinars educating our software vendors. Hey, SEO is probably also your biggest marketing channel, and you're probably affected by this too. Here's the things that you should do in being visible in this new AI search era. And that's what we're trying to do. I think if you're talking about answer engines, everyone will tell you, okay, ChatGPT is number 1. However, that's not quite true, because still most buyers start their search in Google. But the result they get from Google are now not blue links, but it is AI generated insights, right? And the 0 clicks are real, right? And after that, there comes ChatGPT and so on. What is pretty interesting to us is that we are again lagging a little bit behind on the journey that the US probably already did. We just recently did a study that around 25% of software buyers in DACH now start their journey in AI search. So this is a little bit less than in the US, where it's already over 50%, but I think this is coming. So now is the perfect time in getting ready, understanding the trends, understanding how you should set up your software, set up your website in order to be ready for this change. But more important, and you probably noticed, is also checking everything that is happening off your page. So what are other media talking about you? What are Reddit threads that are probably important to you? Because this is all sources that AI search are targeting to get the information that they need. Yeah. So in order to get started, I would say don't wait for too long. Don't wait until you have 10 clients, 50 clients, and so on. Start early with the review generation engine, right? So when you get your first pilot customers, get your software listed and have your first pilot customers review you on all those sites. If the German market is important to you, then obviously OMR Reviews. If the US market is important to you, okay, G2, Capterra, all of them play a vital source in this AI search. So my big recommendation is don't wait for too long, get started with it right away. I love to share this data because typically only 25% of surveys that software seekers write on our page also make it to the platform, because we are very strict in checking, okay, is this really useful? Is this long enough? Is it balanced enough? And so on and so forth. So quality is important, right? And this is all going towards sentiment. And I would say sentiment is one of the top KPIs I would now aim for. Yeah. Inside out, so create citable content, focus on FAQs, focus on structured data. We basically reviewed our platform and our content that we produce back and forth in order to make it good, readable for LLMs and make it citable for LLMs. And I think there's a lot you can do, but as I always say, don't just focus on your own side only, focus on what's happening around you and who else is talking about you, because this makes up to 85% of AI citations. The good news is that the software market is still growing. So we see a 50% growth year over year in software spend. However, the distribution of that spend is changing rapidly. So legacy tools are definitely losing. AI tools that come up are winning. So make sure you are ahead of the change. Make sure your software is AI ready. Make sure you use AI for your advantage.